Okay, man, let's start with this tweet from Nick Fuentes. There is video, in fact. Nick Fuentes tweeted at 2:05 p.m. today, last night an armed killer made an attempt on my life at my home, which was recently doxed on this platform. The gunman carried a pistol, crossbow, and incendiary devices. I believe he intended to kill me. He is now dead. I am okay. According to the police, the would-be assassin committed a triple homicide in southern Illinois early yesterday before he arrived at my doorstep with his pistol drawn, calling my name. I am grateful to God that I am still alive. Tragically, the gunman broke into a neighbor's home to evade police and killed 2 of their dogs. While heartbreaking, it could have been so unimaginably worse. God have mercy. Doxing is not a game. This nihilistic lynch mob behavior must end before anyone else is killed. I will now have to uproot my life and relocate. While I can handle whatever comes to my front door, it is irresponsible to accept my neighbors with young families to share that burden. In the meantime, I will have to contract 24-hour security to protect myself and my property. If anybody would like to contribute to defray the cost, $13,000 a week. He ain't kidding. Of private security and rebuilding my studio, here's a donation link. I can only accept cryptocurrency because I am banned from banking services and credit card processing. Thank you. Now, we have the story from NBC5 Chicago. They say far-right influencer claims home was among those targeted by homicide suspect. It's actually very nuts that this is how they're framing it. They say far-right influencer Nick Fuentes said he believes his Berwyn home was among those targeted by a man suspected in a triple homicide who was fatally shot by police late Wednesday night following a home invasion on Fuentes' block. Can you just look at that paragraph? So a guy who killed several people went to Nick's home with a weapon, calling out his name, then fled when the police arrived, broke into a house, killed 2 dogs, and was killed by police. They're saying only Fuentes believes. I just want to let NBC5 know there is no such thing as defaming the dead. You can just say what everyone is thinking. Now, there is actually a video of this posted by Nick where the man is on his doorstep with a crossbow and would appear. I don't know if it's a pistol. They're saying it's a pistol. It could be a bolt type weapon with, I don't know. You guys might know better than me. Fuentes says the killer parked his car in front of my house and approached my door with his pistol drawn and what appears to be a crossbow. I was live streaming at the time. He rings the doorbell, tries the knob, and yells, "Yo, Nick." This is terrifying. Look, I'm just going to say what everybody's thinking. There's a lot of people who don't like Nick Fuentes, okay? And I don't want to get into this purity test of who Nick Fuentes is and what his opinions are, because right now the issue is an individual who has opinions on the internet and trolls. Someone tried to kill him. This is not okay. It's never okay. And we need this to de-escalate. But my fear is that this would be the Mangione effect. Yeah,
Nick's opinion doesn't matter here. It could be someone on the left and we would be acting the same way like we would be right now. As of course, it is awful and horrible what happened right now. And sadly, you know, the left did lose politically. And I've been warning about this, especially since Donald Trump won the presidential election. The left overwhelmingly doesn't have a lot of political solutions. They do overwhelmingly have a major mental health problem that predominantly a lot of people who believe in their larger ideology do suffer from. So this is something that I think has been in the works. I think the Mangione effect is real. I think there's a reason he's being carried out like he's Bane. I think there's a reason there's a lot of epithets and there's so much lore around this particular story, as I believe there's a larger psyop happening here in order to gaslight, frame, and to build up this larger notion that if you can't solve your problems politically, you could just do it physically. And that right there is somewhere where we have to put the stop on it immediately, call it out. And I don't care if it's Nick, I don't care if it's Rachel Maddow, this is something that you don't do. And this is something that could desperately escalate the situation towards grand, dangerous proportions that we don't want to be living in.
Yeah, I